Hola Malta, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Penny. Eu sou Penny. I resigned from my teaching job of 21 years earlier this year. I sold my house and I left the US and I moved to Portugal. So I officially moved in August. So on my channel, I will talk about mental health occasionally, specifically depression and anxiety. This video today is about something that I use as therapy, art therapy. And I want to start with this. I'm pet sitting another friend's dog. Different dog, not Nina Mina. This is Nelson, Bo Belson, Fee Fi, Full Felson. Nelson. Nelson, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry, I'm a pet aunt now, so. Anyway, so in 1994, I was at university, and I remember sitting at the table, and I just felt lost. And I was looking through a magazine, and I saw Nelson's drinking his water. I saw this picture, and I decided to draw it, and that was the first time I've ever drawn anything like this before. Of course, I used to do cats and dogs, like with the figure 8 and the 2 triangles and the tail, like basic drawing. I never knew that I could do that. The reason why I drew it was because that's how I felt. And then that's when the depression just kind of hit me. Something that I do want to say, sometimes I have no reason outwardly to be depressed, but sometimes, even when everything is going okay in my life, I just feel sadness like flood through my body and my veins, and it's really, really scary. And it's not a sad video, or this is not what this is about, but I think it's important to the more people talk about these things, like the easier it will be for other people to talk about it. So at university, I signed up for an art class. It didn't last very long because I got into the class and I started comparing myself to other people. These are people at university who had been drawing probably all of their lives, and I compared what I was able to do with them, and so I left. And we all know that comparison is a thief of joy, right? And I've always wanted to do art, and I never did it. I never gave myself permission or found time to do it. But because I retired from my teaching job of after 21 years, and the thing is, in that when I taught science and social studies, I always incorporated art into what I was teaching. And it was so strange, like whenever my students started to color or do any type of art, like it was just peaceful, like the most peaceful classroom. It's just this weird phenomena where, like, if you picture kids who are coloring or doing art, like they're just in a different place. I never had that when I was a kid, and so I wanted to give myself permission and time to do art. And for me, rumination is one of the things that I do. As someone who suffers from clinical depression, I ruminate a lot. And when I'm doing art, I am 100% present. So, there is a saying, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. And I don't remember the rest of it. I should have looked it up before I started filming. When I'm doing art, I am 100% present. It's amazing. When I do art, it helps. So this is my sketchbook, and I'm gonna do a tour. I am not an artist. I am just someone who uses art as therapy. I have a lot of books that I'm using to teach myself how to draw, to see things differently, which the books aren't necessary because there's plenty of inspiration on Pinterest and YouTube, so you don't need the books. You see, it's really beaten up because I take it with me everywhere I go. So I'm gonna turn the camera down and just do a walkthrough of my sketchbook. And let me know if you use art as therapy or if you'll consider using art as therapy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.